Good morning. I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this Wednesday, May 7th. It is 5:30 this morning, and it has been a foggy start to our morning, as meteorologist Megan Dusmal has been saying all morning long. Or maybe it's me who's been saying that the fog is out. One or the other. You take your pick.
Well, I mean, you're right. There is fog out there, low visibility across the region, so just make sure you're driving safe if you do encounter patches of fog. But this morning, we're also looking at those cooler temperatures once again in the 40s. Here's a look across the region, seeing the warmest temperatures as you travel more towards the southwest. 52 in Monticello, 50 in Jacksboro, 48 in Williamsburg. Coolest temperatures in Clintwood, 40 degrees. We'll see those temperatures warming up this afternoon to the mid 70s for most of the region, with a few pop out upper 70s for today. Also, while it is clear this morning in terms of rain, we will see those rain chances increasing as we head into the day. And by the time we're heading overnight, we'll see some heavy rain chances that will continue early into your Thursday. Here's a look at that day planner. We'll hit high temperatures as you're heading into the afternoon around that 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock mark. Mainly going to be a cloudy day for most of the region. However, the more south you travel, the higher your chances for rain will be. Amelia.
A Knox County man is in jail after a standoff with police. Police say the caller told them that Jerry Messer was armed with a handgun and said that he would have to go in a body bag. After police arrived at the home in the Girdler community, there was a short standoff before he surrendered. Police say they found a loaded handgun. Messer now awaits trial and faces felony charges. A Central Kentucky man was sentenced to more than 12 years in prison for receiving child pornography. According to his plea agreement, police received information that Zachary King tried to access child pornography materials. King told police he had utilized several online platforms to receive and distribute child sexual abuse material. More than 7,400 files were found on his devices. Multiple students were injured in a crash involving a school bus in western Kentucky. The crash happened yesterday morning in Todd County. The driver of the school bus, the students on board, and the driver in the other vehicle involved were all taken to a local hospital. It's not known if anyone was seriously hurt. A Magoffin County man is facing charges after police say he was under the influence when he crashed. It happened last week on US 23 near a double quick in Floyd County. Police say both vehicles involved in the crash suffered major damage. When police made contact with John Mullins, they say he could not stay awake or open his eyes to even speak with them. He was charged with operating a motor vehicle under the influence and multiple traffic violations. According to the arrest citation, police learned that Mullins had 18 prior DUIs. Police also say Mullins was not wearing a seatbelt at the time of the crash. The London Laurel Search and Rescue Squad is on day 4 of their search for missing 26-year-old Michael John Myrick. Crews say a boat containing Myrick and another person capsized near the 312 Dam on Laurel Lake on Sunday. The other person resurfaced, but Myrick did not. Myrick's family did not want to talk on camera. However, they say he was one of the good ones and asks for your prayers. We will keep you updated on the search efforts. Governor Andy Beshear talked about the decline in overdose deaths throughout the Commonwealth. Last week, the state's overdose fatality report for 2024 revealed a decline of more than 30%. This was the 3rd year in a row that the Bluegrass has seen a drop in overdose deaths. Not all of the news during the news conference was positive. Yesterday, the governor noted there are 2 drugs that continue to be a concern for overdose deaths.
2 drugs in particular continue to be the most prevalent, contributing to deadly overdoses in the state. Fentanyl was present in 62.3% of overdoses, while methamphetamine was present in 50.8% of overdose deaths.
Governor Beshear says the state will continue working to help folks in addiction transition into recovery. In February, an adopted budget proposal out of Washington included a cut of $1.5 trillion in spending during a 10-year period. In a Tuesday morning Democratic Governors Association Medicaid press call, Governor Andy Beshear talked about the possibility of cuts to the federal program. Senate President Robert Stivers was asked about the possibility of Medicaid cuts following the Commerce Lexington luncheon yesterday as well.
How do you criticize something when you don't know what it is, unless you want to make it a political issue? So we're not saying anything one way or another. We are not prejudging.
Senate President Stivers and Speaker David Osborne both say they have been in contact with U.S. Representative Brett Guthrie, the chair of the committee that oversees Medicaid, regarding the issue. Governor Andy Beshear also announced nearly $1.5 million will go toward renewable projects that support healthy communities. There will be funding for 37 projects in 31 counties, and this includes several in eastern Kentucky. These include picnic tables as well as poured-in-place surfaces like walking trails, fitness areas, and playgrounds. We have more information about this on our website, WYMT.com. Yesterday was National Teacher Appreciation Day, and Eastern Kentucky University celebrated by hosting a groundbreaking ceremony for the new model laboratory school. The lab is located on EKU's campus, and it's a place where student teachers can gain hands-on experience in the field of education. The problem is the current school was built in 1960, and some of that infrastructure is falling apart.
This building is as old as my husband. And, you know, there have been years where the radiators just didn't work, and we were wearing mittens. We do extraordinary work here.
The Kentucky General Assembly funded the new school at a total cost of $149 million. The new model lab school is expected to be completed by the 2027-2028 school year. The Southeast Kentucky Chamber of Commerce hosted a ribbon cutting on Monday. The occasion was to celebrate the grand opening of Pikeville Fresh Market. The newly refurbished market will bring high-quality food options in downtown Pikeville. For more information about the market, you can go to coxfoods.com or you can find them on Facebook. A Letcher County native received a national award for her efforts during the 2022 flood. Bridget Back is a flood survivor who lost her home in the waters, but she never stopped putting others first. At the same time, she worked to rebuild her own life. Back is the Deputy Director of EKSEP. She was named the Workforce Professional of the Year by the National Association of Workforce Development Professionals.
My name is on the award and I'm getting the credit for it, but honestly, it was a huge team effort. You know, when the floods hit in 22, it was almost immediately. Our whole team sprung into action.
She has shown her dedication to the people of Eastern Kentucky throughout her 15-year career, especially after the July 2022 flood, when she established the EKY Flood Program, giving employment assistance to hundreds of flood survivors.
When you're put in positions like that, a lot of times you don't really think about it as a choice. It's just something that you feel you have to do.
Even while living out of a temporary home, she still poured everything she had into those around her.
During that time, she herself lost everything. That didn't stop her from helping everybody else in Eastern Kentucky.
I had a really hard time feeling sorry for myself, simply because there were so many others in our neighborhood that was hurt so much worse than we were.
Her leadership and drive shining bright and standing out to all of the lives she's touched.
Once she sets her mind to something, she accomplishes it. And she is very proud to be a Eastern Kentucky person, live in Eastern Kentucky, and work hard to bring opportunities to Eastern Kentucky.
Back's commitment to the region goes beyond the July 2022 flood. She also led and helped in projects focusing on disaster relief and support for displaced coal miners. Back received her award on Monday at NAWDP's 41st Annual Workforce Conference hosted in Virginia Beach. We do have an update on a story we first told you last week. A Laurel County preacher that was separated from his father's Bible is now reunited with the good book. Pastor Adam Hooker says they were looking for the Bible since April 27th, but during the weekend, he got a call from a woman who lives near the church. She said she found the Bible on the side of the road while she was walking.
When she saw it and opened it, she said she knew it was a preacher's Bible. And I was kind of dreading having to preach without it. I haven't preached since I started. I have not used another Bible. And so I was kind of wondering, how am I going to get through it without having my Bible? But I got it Saturday afternoon and was able to use it the next morning.
The woman who found the Bible would not accept the reward from Pastor Adam, but instead told him to put it towards the church. Governor Andy Beshear ordered flags to be at half-staff today in honor of a Kentucky soldier who died in World War II. The flags at all state buildings will be at half staff from sunrise until sunset. Kenneth Burgess was a Muhlenberg County native and a member of Company B, the 4th Ranger Battalion. A graveside service will take place at Rose Hill Cemetery in Central City today. It's 5:40. The deadline is finally here to get your real ID as some